Tay says here, can this indicate that maybe the awakening is coming to an end? My craziness stuff is decreasing now, hearing voices, etc. Yeah, so interesting terms here. Coming to an end. I wouldn't say it's coming to an end. I think the awakening just keeps going and going and going. Like it doesn't stop. It's like a flower that keeps blossoming. It's the evolution, it's change, it's impermanence. That's really what this is. So it doesn't ever come to an end. But I get the gist of your question here. I think what comes to an end in some cases, no, not for everybody, is all of the far out stuff. I think what happens is we become so integrated that we actually return back to a certain degree of normalcy. And we aren't necessarily that weird person having all these crazy experiences. We're kind of normal. We're a normal person that has seen some interesting things, experienced some interesting things, but we're sort of grounded, practical, normal. We're able to relate with other people with a sense of maturity, with a sense of wisdom. So that's in some cases what happens. So for me, things are generally speaking pretty quiet. If I do a lot of meditation, yeah, I can get into some pretty weird states. Some interesting things can happen, visions and stuff. It's cool. But when I'm out in the world, like even right now, it's just very quiet. Just very quiet. I'm not getting any sort of profound mystical experiences or, you know, visions, and there's no voices speaking in my ear or anything like that. I'm just very grounded and normal, I would say. Maybe some would disagree. But that can sort of happen where the far out phenomena does come to a point where it's not as frequent or as intense. Doesn't mean that anything is going wrong. It is impractical to be having so much far out phenomena for operating in this world. It's impractical. At a certain point, the Kundalini knows that you're meant to return back into the world, back into society, back into relationships, to fulfill some sort of purpose, whether it's your job, your career, some vocation, whatever it is. And so having a lot of crazy phenomena doesn't necessarily allow for you to do the work that you're meant to do. So there's some ideas there to consider. The awakening doesn't come to an end, but often the really trippy stuff does. For many people, they have a period where they have like all sorts of really trippy stuff, and then it kind of just goes away. Very typical, very normal. But after having a lot of trippy stuff happen to us, we know what's possible. We've seen directly with our own eyes, right? We felt it. We know that it's a real thing. And just knowing that's enough. That's enough. We don't have to have it happening all the time. It's a great question, Taze.